Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Game of Drams. It's been a year since we kicked this one off. I'm amazed that we're here. I'm surprised we got past one episode. I don't know what it's at, like something, but we're here. We're all in lockdown together, pretty much here in Oz, and a very special edition of Game of Drams this time around. It's State of Origin, Victoria versus New South Wales. Now, when I got a sneak peek, who was participating tonight, I thought that maybe this was this was before I knew what the theme was. I thought it was kind of like Survivor fan favorites versus villains, but apparently that's not the case. It is just Victoria versus New South Wales. So from the southern side of things, from Victoria, we have Kelvin and Emma. Kelvin, how you going, mate? How's
Good,
country? You got a lot behind you there, and obviously very useful for times like these.
Oh, it's the best, man. I'm all prepared. Give me 2 more months of this.
2 more months. Wow. If that only lasts you 2 months, it's an epic 2 months. Now, as always for Game of Drams, we're going to have a buzzer tonight. What is your buzzer going to be?
I'll go with Ardbeg.
Ardbeg. Not to be confused with Ardberg. All right. Easy done. One of my favorites. Emma, how are you, mate? How's things treating you?
Yeah, doing all right. Just getting a lot done.
Getting a lot done. I know that feeling, to be honest. What is your buzz for this very special edition of Game of Drams?
I am going to go with somewhere I visited recently, actually, and pick Morris.
Morris. All right. I thought you were going to say the front door because no one's left the house, but Morris is probably better than that. So that is from our Victoria side of things. Now, Irina, right now, currently you're the only rep from New South Wales. We've got a special guest turning up shortly, but how are you going, mate? What's been going on? Living the dream, staying at home?
Well, I'm a little bit nervous right now because I have no idea where Dan is, and I'm the only one who's not in the industry. So I'm just going to die right now. But it beats COVID, right? But I'm getting into really fun, like, time-consuming hobbies. Like, who knew that making Milo could take 4 hours?
Making Milo can take 4 hours. Marmalade. I was like, look, I thought making Milo was pretty easy, but marmalade makes way more sense. Well, that does sound delicious. What's your buzzer going to be tonight?
I think mine's going to be larceny because it's going to be my first drink of the night.
All right, you're going to put down larceny. Now, Dan, I don't think has joined us yet, so I'm going to pretend to be Dan until he gets here. Hi, Dan. How are you? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good. Things are great at Archie Rose. Oh, that's really good, Dan. What's your buzzer going to be today? Oh, I had to have a real good think. I think it's going to be Archie. All right, we'll put you down for Archie. No worries. Let's kick off Game of Drams. We got David here to make sure everything's going as planned and no one's cheating, or if they're cheating, they're cheating in a really funny manner. He's going to keep track of how this goes. And obviously, Ollie from the Whisky list to make sure that everything and all the questions are up, ready to go. So, you're playing at home, give us answers in chat. We love to see it. And we'll kick this one off. And when Dan gets in, maybe he'll get something right. All right, let's go. Game of Drams, very special. Victoria versus New South Wales edition. Now, first off, we are going to be doing multiple choice. Everyone's playing by themselves. So all feel free to buzz in. And then we'll probably add your scores together or something at the end, depending on how things play out. So let's take a look at question number 1, multiple choice, Game of Drams, very special 1-year edition. Okay, and I don't know how to say any of these words, so you guys are just going to have to roll with me here, okay? The independent bottler, Murray Heads, previously owned which Scottish distillery? Was it A, Tamnavulin, B, Glenmorangie? That one I think I got right. C, Glen Alachi, or D, Deanston? All right, go.
Archie.
Archie, Dan's here. He did hit. What are the
Kelvin,
chances?
is this your first time or
I forgot the
something?
rules.
Jeez.
Just in the nick of time, and with the right buzzer as well. What Dan? What do you think the answer is?
I'm assuming because I've used my buzzer, I've done all the right things. I'm playing by the rules, unlike some other people here. Even if I don't get necessarily the right answer, maybe you can give us points anyway. Is that what we're talking, Ben?
Sure. Well, what is the right answer?
I'm going to go with. I want to say D. Deanston.
Is the answer? I'm looking at my score sheet. The answer is not D. Deanston, but Dan, I will give you 10 points for taking a guess, and we'll take off 15 points because you're late. All right. So,
and also there's an intentional typo there. It's actually Muirheads, not Muirheads. It's Muirheads.
That's why. That's why I was like, if you'd said Muirheads, then I would have got this.
If we'd written Muirheads, I probably still would have said Murrayheads because I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's why I've got the job. I heard an Ardbeg in there, Kelvin. What do you think? What do you think it is?
I think it's B. Let's lock it in.
Lock in B. Glen Morangi. B is correct, I think, unless that's wrong too. But B is correct. Is there a story here for us, David?
No, it's actually interesting, and they also, I think, Kelvin, you probably correct me. They also owned Glen Moray.
I
at some
believe
point.
so.
Not very creative with their names, are they?
But this was we're talking about a good 100-odd years ago. It's been a while.
Whoever this Glenn guy is, he owns a lot of distilleries, and you think that he could stop naming stuff after
Richest guy in
himself, as far as I'm concerned.
Selfish.
Yeah, so selfish. I'll give you 5 points for that one for getting Glen Morangi correct, Kelvin, and good job. Okay, let's take a look at question number 2. What is the most westerly distillery in Scotland? Is it A?
Oh.
Yeah, we got multiple choice. Don't worry. Don't make it. No, wait. I heard Archie. You know what, Daniel?
I heard
Let's
Archie.
go. Give it a burl. And if you're right, I'm going to give you a lot of points. What is the most westerly distillery in Scotland?
Fuck no. I mean, are we allowed to swear? I feel bad now.
Swear.
Now I'm
That's fine.
questioning myself. I think it's Ardnamurchan, is it not?
Can you say that again?
Kelvin,
Because I don't know.
I can't. Show me the answers first.
No. Give it one more burl. What did you say?
I said Kilhoman.
That's not what you said, by the way.
Nice try.
I think the mic must have cut out. I think
It did actually cut out. Did you
Larceny,
say?
Can I still scotch down under's answer and say Talisker? And if it's wrong, then it's not my fault.
We
it's
haven't
Scotch
even
Down
put them
Under's.
up yet. All right.
What?
Let's just put them up. All right. So let's put them up on the screen. Is it A, Harris? Is it B, Alisker? Is it D, Abhundurg? Or is it D, Glenugie?
Archie.
Did you say any of those words on that list, Dan?
Yeah. I said Talisker.
No, I said Talisker.
All right. Well, you can both have -5 points because it is not Talisker. So that is disappointing.
Ooh.
Irina, come on.
Wait, is Scotch Down Under from like Victoria? Like, oh my goodness.
Feels bad. All right. Who else? I heard an Ardbeg. Was that you come in, Kelvin? What do you think it is?
Yeah, that's me. I think I'm gonna go with C. Albin Jarrick.
You said that very differently to the way that I said it. And C
I don't think I'm
is
confident, man.
correct. Very confident. That is actually the correct answer. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Kelvin carrying the team.
very well done. And if
Very
I'd
lucky.
read the next part, the next sheet, I would have seen that it is pronounced Arvin Jarek or something.
Derek.
Scots Gaelic, man. Who knows?
I think.
Derek. David, give us our story here. There's a nice little
Yeah,
slide I
it's-
can see.
It's on the west coast of the island of Lewis. So it's in the Outer
Obviously.
Hebrides. So it's way out there, halfway to America probably.
I'm
But
thinking.
it's I don't know if they're releasing any whiskey yet, but it's certainly a distillery.
They
There you go.
have,
I thought we were
and I
talking
hope we can cut
mainland.
this part
That's
out
why.
as well. The whiskey is out there. They've been going for 10 years now. If
Oh,
you can
okay.
cut the next
That's long.
part out, it's really shit.
They can definitely cut it out, Kelvin. Don't you worry.
Okay, so
Definitely
Don't worry about
not.
it. Well, Look, I heard it stands for Red River, according to this great slide that Facebook user coming out with the knowledge bombs. There you go. And
I
I'm
love
going to use
Facebook
5
humor.
points again, Kelvin, because you know a lot about these things. Did you write the questions? I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see
I hear
how
what
we
you're
go.
saying, man. You're saying it's rigged. I hear you.
It could be rigged.
Right.
It could be rigged. Who knows? All right. Question number 3. Yeah, there you go. Look at that slide. That's it there. Red River. I'm not going to say the rest of it. You can read it. I don't know what I'm saying. Question 3. What brand released a malt whiskey to honor a Scottish gold medal at the Olympics? Is it A, Douglas Lung, B, Silver Seal, C, Macallan, or D, Rutherglen?
Larceny. Is it A, Douglas Lang?
It is not A,
Oh.
Douglas Lang. I'm sorry. Minus 3 points there, but I appreciate you jumping in.
+2 for enthusiasm.
It was great enthusiasm. You just
Yeah.
lose less points.
Yeah.
Like you still lose, but we make you feel a little bit better about it in the process. You know, see, so you go home with nothing, but you felt good about it in the process. All right, who was next? Did anyone else jump in?
No, but Archie.
Archie, yep.
I'm going for Silver Seal. B.
B, Silver Seal. It makes almost sense, right? Because like silver is close to gold. And that's why I would have picked it. But
And not a
minus
Scottish
10
Indian
points
blend.
because it's not Silver Seal. So I'm sorry to say that. So Kelvin, I heard you in there with an
It's got to be
Ardbeg.
Macallan, right? It's got to be Macallan.
It's got to be Macallan. It's a 50-50. It's got a.
Oh,
Lawrence.
Oh,
Really?
now it's dying. Does that work again? No, never mind. I give up. It's definitely not Macallan, apparently, according to my list. So, Emma,
I can't.
I wonder, is it Rutherglen?
A.
is it Rutherglen? It is Rutherglen. You did it. Well done. I'm very
Done.
impressed.
I feel like
And I'm
Stephen
going to give
Bradbury.
you 10 points for that. Well
Who
done.
is Rutherglen? Is that
Who
Oh.
is Rutherglen? I don't know. David, do you know?
This is
They're
that
based in
Glenn guy's other
Glasgow.
project.
Not much. You go on a whiskey base, it'll pop up. So they're based in Glasgow. They haven't done much else, but they released a kind of an Olympic heroes, and it seems like there's only one Scottish Olympic hero. And he won the gold medal in 2012, and they released 2012 bottles of this release.
interesting?
Is it any
So
good? Has
that's
anyone
one-
drunk
that's
it?
one
I
for
guess
the
not.
back bar, Kelvin.
What's that?
I thought you would have had that on the back bar.
No, I can't have everything. I wish.
Almost.
diplomatic
Just not
answer.
this one. Just not
So
this one.
Ben, just to clarify, how many points did Kelvin lose for getting Macallan wrong?
5. Give him 7. Minus 7, I think. Because it was
Oh.
50-50. Sorry.
Fair enough.
But all right. So where does that bring us to?
Kev.
Yeah, you got to get the enthusiasm in there. Guess things incorrectly. I go through my life doing that. It gets you a really long way. Or at least it gets you a fake fireplace, one of the two. All right. That brings us to the end of round number 1. David, how are our scores looking?
Well, for knowing how the game works and choosing his correct buzzer, Dan is on minus 15, Irina's on minus 8, Emma's on 10, and Kelvin's on 3. So for some reason, both the Victorian contestants are positive and both the New South Wales ones are negative.
Well, I'm
That's
not going to judge why that might be, but good to see, going strong. Dan, how are you, mate? I didn't get a chance to chat to you at the start of the show. On the negative at the moment, but beyond that, how's things in Dantown?
No good deed goes unpunished. Hey, does it seem?
I know.
All
I
right. No, I'm doing all right. I'm stuck here at home with surrounded by booze. It's tough times, isn't it? Really? Like,
Look, yeah, I will admit it sucks, but also we've all got whiskey, so
I'm just being driven to drink.
It takes the edge off. I actually am doing Dry July, not this Rye July joke, by the way.
Wow.
And as fun as Rye July sounds, and it's been struggle street, but you know,
I thought
what can you
something
do?
up with you.
What can you do? What can you do? Not much. All right, let's move this one along. And the next round is called Say What. So
What?
each of you gets a turn to pronounce. See, that's funny. I'll give you 3 points for that. Each of you gets a chance to pronounce the names of these common whiskies. We've got to bump up his points somehow. Otherwise, we're going to end in -50. Bonus points if you know what the name means. And I really like this round because it means I'm not the one who has to pronounce the names of whiskies that everyone else here on the game knows, and I'm the only one who doesn't. So this is my favorite round by far. So we're going to show the whiskey, and then I'm going to chat to you each in order to have a guess. You all get a guess, and then someone who's not me is going to decide who's the closest, because it's certainly not my skill. All right, let's bring up our first whiskey. Take a look at this one here. There's a T in it, and an H, and a G. If I had to guess,
Ardbeg, mate. Come on.
Exactly. It needs more R's to be Ardberg.
This guy.
There's definitely some sounds in it. Dan, I'm going to start with you, since you say it's definitely not Ardberg. What do you think? How would you pronounce this one?
I'd say Torveg.
Okay. All right. That almost looks like what the words say. So that could be good or that could be bad. I'm not 100% sure. Kelvin, what do you think it is?
I would go with Torveg.
Slightly different.
Torveg.
Slightly different. David, I hope you're listening to these, because I don't know what the differences are, and you're going to have to decide who wins. Emma, what are you looking at for this one?
I'm pretty sure the first A is silent, so I think it's Torveg.
Interesting. And Irina, what are you seeing for this?
Toravad.
They're all slightly different. If you're at home
can I
playing,
point out,
yes,
none of them are Ardbeg.
it's true. I'm very glad that you've got that in there. Every time,
It's on it.
How many minus points do you want, Dan? Look, the problem is, like, you can make fun of me on this show, but I'm the one who decides the points, okay? All right, no, it's fine. It's fine. We'll see.
Sorry.
See how many times
Dan.
we can slide that in. All right, David, what do we think? Who's the closest, and what's the actual answer?
Okay, well, let's see what it is. So the A is pronounced. So Torveg. So the others, other than Emma, who said there was a silent A, the others were close enough.
Close enough, other than Emma, who said it's a silent A. So, sorry, Emma, -2 points for you. We'll give everyone 3 points other than Emma. Everyone was pretty close. I don't know. That one almost looks easy. Almost as easy as Ardberg seems. So, like, I reckon we can go. All right.
Always gets you.
That third silent R in Ardbeg is the one that gets me all the time. All right. What are the words here?
I sound these out.
Hear me? No.
Yeah, I'm
hear
just
me say all the
I'd love
other
to.
ones that you already know. And yeah, that's no fun, me getting everything wrong. You guys are supposed to get some wrong too. Okay. Now, I think most people here, except for me, know how to say the first word. So a big part of this, I think we're looking at, like, the words underneath the first word here. So, Irina, we're going to start with you. What do you think this says?
I was hoping there was like one of those Facebook users who could, come up with the answer. Is it Bunahaven Toyshada?
Okay. Not going to give anything away. Emma, what do you think this might be?
I call it something different at work. I call it the chicka chicka. Whiskey.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that name. You can have
10
5 points for that
points.
straight off the bat,
Because
by
people
the
are
way.
like,
5
I
points for calling it
You're
the...
like, I don't know how to say it. I'm like,
What do you think it is? If you weren't calling it a cool
I
name.
feel like it's yeah. I feel like it's pronounced Bunnahabhain Tydfil.
Okay. That's some good pronunciation. I don't know if it's right, but it sounds good.
I don't think it is, but you know.
Kelvin, what do you think this one could be?
Yeah, I'm thinking with Emma. I think it's Bunnahabhain Tydfil Ada. Tydfil Ada.
And Dan, what are you feeling?
I always find that if you are uncertain with these, you just put on your best Scottish impersonation. You
Okay.
say, Bunnahabhain Tydfil.
I'll give you 3 points for the effort, Dan. So we'll
Appreciate
suck it
that.
up. I don't know if it's right. Let's go up and take a look at what it actually is. And I still don't know. I can read. I know what the next slide says, but I don't know what the words say. David, what do these words say?
Well, it's Tochech Aga. So the most people got the Tochech right, but the D is actually a GH.
What?
So there's no D pronounced there.
There's no D in
So
Bunnahabhain.
yeah, no.
Can you say yes?
Tydfil.
Tydfil.
Did anyone get it right, or who
Even
got it
with these,
close?
I can't
think
pronounce
that-
this.
Everybody kind of got the first part right, but not the second.
Are we
All
saying
right,
Emma
so
was
I'm gonna
closest
give
with
everyone-
Chicka
Everyone gets 5 points for the
Yeah.
first part, and everyone loses 4.5
I'm
points
still
for
calling
the
it
second
the
half.
Chicka.
And Emma's the only one. I think Emma and Dan come out on top with their bonus points for this round, so they got that going for them. So
It's the comeback train.
on
I'm still going to
the
keep calling
path
it that.
back to 0.
Chicka.
Does it mean twice smoked? I don't know. That sounds cool. I like the concept.
Yeah, Smoky 2, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Smoky 2. All right, love it. Okay, here's I think I almost know how to say this one, but I'm not going to because that would ruin the game. And I'm almost certainly going to get it wrong. So 2 reasons for me not to do it. But look, this one from this should be a little bit easier. I feel this could be a little bit easier. Let's start. Kelvin.
This one should be Miyagi-kyo.
Dan.
Kelvin's just sounding it out. In what is this, phonetics?
Probably.
Miyagi.
Sorry, that cut out for me. You're gonna have to do it again, Dan.
Oh, that's bad. I put so much into it as well.
I know.
Miyagi-ko.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Cool. No worries.
I'll plug in as
Emma.
well.
I'm with Kelvin. Japanese is phonetic. It's Miyagi-kyo.
Okay. All right. And Irina.
Yeah, Miyagi-kyo.
All right. Let's take a look at what it actually is. And David, you can tell me which of these is right because I can't. I just hear the words, and it looks like what they said almost.
Yeah, I think most people got it's the only differences with the emphasis on the miya or the miya, but I think everybody was pretty much they got the intention correct. I think that was a good round for everybody.
They got the intention correct. We're now scoring on good feelings, and I'm fine with that. So you can all have 2 points. This next one's a bit of a laugh, though. All right, let's go. Let's now there are
Bloody well. No.
letters
No. I can do Gaelic. I can't
on
do well.
the screen. Someone tells me that this is a word or something.
It is.
I can give you a clue. It's a place
I'm
name,
gonna
not a
go-
whiskey name.
It's what? Sorry.
It's a place name, not a whiskey name, but it has a whiskey connotation almost. Sort
It's a
of.
place name, not a whiskey name. Does have a connotation almost. I would love to see what everyone at home thinks this is. Please type it phonetically in chat. We want to see what it is. Yeah, exactly, Heath. That's what I'm thinking. To be honest, this is a little bit Struggle Street. So because it's Struggle Street, Dan, we're going to you first. What do you think this word is? And look, maybe bonus points for effort this time around as well.
Well, prepare yourselves.
All right.
Clwydyfagwyr, Merthyr, Tydfil. I know what you're thinking. Damn, that's bang on.
That I don't want to spoil it, but look, that might be pretty close. Thankfully, no one's going to be able to replicate it, even if they did hear everything that you said. I don't think you could, to be perfectly honest. So, Irina, you're up next. Give it a burl.
Clwydyfagwyr, Merthyr, Tydfil.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Yep, that's probably
Was
what
that a
I would
swear
say.
word? I feel like it's
Emma?
rude.
Oh. I can say Lillegoven, but that's about it in Welsh, and that's not even. It's a Dylan Thomas reference. Clwydyfagwyr, Merthyr, Tydfil.
And I don't know who haven't I asked? Kelvin, I think you'll
Yeah.
go. You've been pretty good at
man.
everything else, so expectations are high.
My Welsh is not as good though. Clwyfa Merthyr.
We can try and lowball it in and then ace it.
All right. Well, the fun thing is here that I don't think anyone here, including David, knows how to pronounce this one. So no one's a winner.
Something to do with the hillside, though, isn't it?
But if we take a look, I do see that it's somewhere on Google Maps. So it must be a real location. It does remind me of that time I saw a picture that was supposed to be whatever, but it turned out it was just an out of office. And they put it up on a sign, but they didn't realize that it didn't say it was an out of office. David, did anyone do a particularly good job? Do you even have any clue how to say these
no
words?
fucking idea how to say that. But look, there's only 3 vowels in the whole thing. It's like somebody took a bag of Scrabble tiles, put their fist in, threw some on the table, and said, "Yeah, we'll call it that." And
I do like
But
it.
it's summarized.
But if you
Welsh,
are driving to Penderyn, the chances are you'll go through there, or if you're looking for directions, you should be able to try and almost say it, or else nobody will know where you're trying to get to. But it's probably a very nice village to stay at the bottom of the Brecons.
I would love to be driving through with your Google Maps going where it's reading out where you're supposed to be going.
That would be
Because
cool.
I'm not sure that it would know how to say this word. But look, nevertheless, I think everyone did a pretty good job. I'll give you all 2 points on that one. Dan, you can have 1 extra point. You can have 3 just because, I think you were first off. So we'll go with that. I'm just trying to get you back towards 0. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help out here. So
Ben, I'll take whatever I can get. I really appreciate it.
take whatever we can get. All right. We are starting to get towards the end of the night, but I might get a score check, David, on where we're at so far.
Well, Dan is edging closer to parity. Is at -0.5.
Oh, that's
Irina is
pretty close.
She's in positive. She's +0.5. Emma's on 17.5, and Kelvin's on 10.5.
All right. Woof. This is not very close. This is looking like State of Origin number 2. No, was it 1? Which was the worst one this year? I don't even know. But even New South Wales can find a way to complain about winning State of Origin with like 100+ points. Anyway, let's take a look. This one is a yeah or nah. We all kind of know how this goes, but we'll go through it again. We've got our story here, and I need each of you in order to decide whether this is a yeah or whether this is a nah. Is this true, or did David make it up and it's just out of his loopy head, which is totally possible. So the yeah or nah, the scenario, and of course relevant to the fact that the Olympics has just kicked off. The Olympic Games were never as serious as they are now, and at one stage, competitors used to have a sip of whiskey from a hip flask before competing at their events. So have a think about that one. I want to know, is it a yeah or a nah? And then I want to know, give me a reason why. And, if you're wrong, but your reason why is good, then maybe we can slide you some points. So, Irina, we're going to go to you first. Do you think this is a yeah or a nah? And,
I'm going to say yeah, because I reckon they might have a sip before, let's say, a shooting event to calm the nerves, to give them a bit of, just it grounds you. Whiskey grounds you. It is medicinal.
So you're saying, have a shot of whiskey, then have a shot, is what you're saying. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Emma, what are your thoughts? Is this a yeah or a nah?
I'm gonna go with. I want to say yeah, but I'm going to go with a nah, because I think that there was too long of a gap between the original Olympic Games and the more modern, what we understand is the Olympic Games. And I think that period of time where they were like, heroin is medicine and cocaine in your soft drink, that totally skipped over the Olympics.
All right, we're saying that Coke, real Coke in your Coke was a different time to this, and you're not self-medicating. All right. Kelvin, what do you think that this might be?
I'm going to go with a yeah. Sounds very plausible.
Why do you think it's a yeah?
I think a bit of whiskey before any event is always very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Calms the nerves, helps you think better. Clearer.
Clears the mind. All right, I understand that.
Yeah.
All in chat saying firearms and booze, what could go wrong? Exactly right. Who knows?
Exactly.
Dan, what do you think this is? Your last cab off the rank. Is this a yeah or a nah?
Look, I mean, I've definitely followed Kelvin's thinking for tonight's games, obviously, for clearing my head, calming my nerves and everything. But I'm going to go with the nah, because I think, Olympics, Greek origins. I think if it was anything, maybe it was a shot of ouzo. Yeah. I think whiskey's a little less likely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're saying yes to the alcohol side of things, but not whiskey is Dan's answer. All right. So we're split 50-50, and we're split 50-50 along state lines as well, as in half and half at the moment. Kelvin said yes. Emma said no. Daniel said no. Irina said yes. I don't know if they're just cheating so that they're, sandbagging either side and just trying to come out with an answer nevertheless. But the answer apparently is yeah. The answer is yeah. And brothers John and Summer Payne were among the first US athletes to win at the 1896 Olympics, winning gold and silver in the 30 meters and 25-meter pistol events. Wow, it was for shooting. They did it while sipping whiskey from their flask to steady their nerves. By the next day, all the other shooters were doing it too. So, Irina, you smashed it, mate. Good job. I'm going to give you 15 points because you got the yeah and the fact that it was the reason why. So that's good. The other yeah was Kelvin. I'll give you 5 points for getting this one as right as well. Now, David, am I right in believing that you can't do this anymore, right? For obvious reasons, but for obvious reasons.
Well, the only thing, you can't get caught doing it.
Right.
The 11th commandment actually every in life. Now, there's a little corollary to that, is that Sumner, who won gold, 5 years after this, caught his wife in bed with another guy, and was a little annoyed at this. So he took his pistol and he shot at the guy. He didn't hit him, but he shot towards him to scare him off. He got arrested and charged with assault. And then once the cops realized who he was, they dropped the charges because they realized that he had missed on purpose, because being a gold medalist, he wouldn't have just missed by accident, that he wasn't aiming to hit him.
What a great alibi. Yeah. What a really good alibi. No, officer, I'm too good to miss. I don't know. If you're playing along at home, I wouldn't recommend that alibi personally. I feel like you're just probably better off shooting in at the beginning. Anyway, all right, we're getting almost towards the end. I think we've got one thing left to do, but I'm going to check with David once more. I just want to get a gauge of where everyone's at before we go into our last aspect of Game of Drams tonight.
Well, Emma's still slightly ahead at 17.5. Dan is slightly behind at -0.5. And
so close.
Kelvin and Irina are neck and neck at 15.5 each.
Ooh. So the
New South
game
Wales
is
making a charge there.
Yeah, New South Wales trying to run it back and probably cheating in the
Dan.
process like they do in State of Origin normally. But it's okay. We'll see. We've got one last thing to do, and if you're playing along at home, this aspect will involve you. So for the very last part of this, and I think some people in our game tonight have more advantage here than others, we want each of our contestants to make their own whiskey brand. You know, you've all dreamt about opening your own whiskey distillery, so it's time to share the dream. Tell us what the name of your distillery would be, and it's whiskey, if it is different to the name of the distillery. And let us know what the style of whiskey would be that you're making, any cask types, etc. And then we'll ask chat to let us know what they think, and whoever chat says is the best might get some points or something like that. So we'll give you some thinking music. Do you have the theme? Do you have the dun 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 dun? I don't know. I don't watch Jeopardy, but it goes something like that. Just play it yourself. But have a quick think. I'll give everyone playing along here 30 seconds to come up with this one. I'm sure you've already got these in your head. If you've got an idea at home as well, let us know what it might be. I'd be interested to know what May would come up with. Since she's not on the show tonight, I'm sure she'd have some great ideas. And since I think Dan's going to be the expert on this one, I'm going to go to you first, Dan. You know, this should be your bread and butter, mate. What would your give us the spiel, okay? What's the name of the distillery? What's your name of your whiskey if it's different to the distillery? And what's the style cask that you'd make and why?
I'm going to go with Glen Patent. And I think this is, it's what we're essentially doing is that we're craft producers, and, we really all about trying to, I guess, head and keep everyone from doing what we're doing. We are obviously an Australian-based distillery. We are also, what we're trying to do is kind of make Scottish-style whiskies in Australia, but also stop Scotland from doing them. So we're going to do our own blending, and we're going to make it our own. And essentially, everyone has to buy it because everyone else will have to stop making it.
It's genius.
It's called supply and demand.
And I love it. And there's many other jokes that I could make right now, but I won't. But I will say that's pretty funny, Dan. I'll give you 5 points just off the bat, and we'll wait to see what chat says about the rest of it later. All right? So 5 points.
I'm just hoping I have a job after this, Ben.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. But if you can't have a job, at least you've got 5 points and you're now in the positive. So, swings and roundabouts. That's what they say. Yeah, as long as you enjoyed yourself on the way through. Kelvin, we're going to go to you next. What do you think this might be? What are you looking at?
With the name, honestly, I think I might go to Google Maps and find an unpronounceable name from Wales. Seems to be the case with most brands these days, huh? And then as for the style of whiskey, I got a sweet tooth. I'm gonna go with something fruity and sweet. Yeah.
Something fruity and sweet. Name something Gaelic that no one can pronounce.
That's it.
He's coming up with Trash Panda whiskey because you'll wake up with 2 black eyes and feel furry in all the wrong places. I do like that one. Not bad. Emma, we'll go to you next. If you were in charge, what would you be doing?
I would probably do a full-on Monty Python and the Holy Grail style distillery. Like the whiskey would be called like Lady of the Lake. So it sounds great from Excalibur Distillery, but then I'd use like elderberry wood casks. And every release would be like named after just like a fabulous quote from Monty Python.
Have you got this?
Watery
is this
women
already
giving out
planned?
swords.
You have like a business plan for this already that just sitting on the side, you're using it now? Yeah. Well, it's a good idea. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Your father was a hamster.
Yeah. Only a flesh.
Yeah, only a flesh.
I love it. That's actually a really good idea. All right. That's tis but a scratch. And
we demand a shrubbery.
The last one left, Irina. What are your thoughts here? What would you come up with?
My distillery would be called, I think, Chaotic Roulette, because I know from high school chemistry that I'm really hopeless at titration. So I would have no idea where to make the cuts. So you don't know if you're going to wake up blind with like alcohol poisoning the next day, or it can be really good. You don't know. And the cask, I don't know. I'll just get whatever's on special. Don't worry. It'll be fine, trust me.
This is a good system. I don't see how it could possibly go wrong, to be honest. So
I'm pretty sure it would be methanol poisoning, not alcohol poisoning at that point.
Yeah, that's right. Methanol poisoning.
Remember, it could go either way.
Fine, like
really good
24 hours later. So they can't
Yeah,
check
who
that.
knows?
and if you're trying to be real cheap, just go to the servo and get some of that ethanol into your cask and see you go. I don't even know. Wouldn't recommend it, but if you're going to do it, let us know how it is. All right, so those are our answers. Dan with Glenn Payton and maybe no job. Kelvin
Please support
with
me,
something
people. I need it.
Gaelic and fruity. Emma with a Monty Python themed distillery and Monty Python themed whiskies. And Irina with something that's probably going to kill you. So, biggest stickers. I love it. All right. So, in chat, let us know what you think. Scotch Down Under says Monty Python distillery for the win. Whiskey or death.
Bring out your dead bottling would be
Yep,
just
a lot.
methanol.
A lot for Emma in here coming through, looking pretty popular. All right. I think after all of this, yes.
The entire premise of my distillery is that people don't have a choice. All right.
It's
So
the
that's
full
what market
monopoly
works.
of distillery. No one else can distill. You're not allowed to. It's all patented. Okay. Dan's done it. Don't worry about it. And I understand why that sounds like a great idea. I'm not sure how it goes for the PR, Dan. You tell me. So,
why would I know? What are you talking about?
So, looks like Emma wins in chat to me. I'm going to give Emma 7 points because that was funny. People liked it. Well done. Good job. Great idea. Someone should steal it and definitely do it. It all makes sense. Already gave Dan 5 points before. And if he does get fired, we'll give him 5 points again tomorrow. Not going to continue, though, because, here at the Australian government, we only give you money once and then you're screwed for the rest of the year. So, after all of that, let's take a look, David. How are we feeling about this?
Well, I'm going to see. Dan's onto something.
Okay.
Because the Russians, I don't know if you saw a couple of weeks ago, the Russians have prevented any other country from naming their bubbly champagne that's sold in Russia. Only Russian bubbly can be called champagne. Even the French had to change the labeling on their champagne bottles if they want to sell it in Russia. And they got away with it. They did.
I love the Champagne region of Russia. I don't know about you guys. It is probably my favorite.
I mean, if it's not from Russia, it's just called sparkling antifreeze. So,
And well, Emma's, every bottle of hers, you guaranteed it comes with a silly walk after you finish the bottle.
obviously.
But, so Emma's on 24.5 points. Dan's on. He's positive. He's 9.5 points. So he's going well.
Nice.
And Kelvin and Irina 15.5 each.
So if I had to do some quick math there, I would guess that maybe Victoria is the winner of State of Origin. David, would I be correct?
Yeah, look, it would go into overtime, extra time, but we don't have the time. So yeah, we're going to have to give it to Victoria.
All right, we'll give it to the Victoria team. They can't win normal State of Origin, so we'll give them this one. But some great ideas coming out tonight. That was very good. I liked all of these ideas. Next time, and if you do see David, and if you see the whiskey list selling Monty Python whiskey in 12 months' time, Emma, you know where it came from. And if I was you, I would go chasing. Yeah, go cash. It'd be like, Ollie, where's my cash, buddy? I don't know. Just keep an eye out. No, that's it. That is our 1 year anniversary, very special game of Drams. Thank you very much to everyone who played tonight. Some very funny answers. I think everyone ended up positive. Obviously, I've forgotten how to play the game. I didn't give out enough negative points, so that's a little bit disappointing. But I think it's nice that we all, feel good during these lockdown times, that we all have positive points together. So, take what you can, I suppose. So, to Dan, Emma, Kelvin, and Irina, thank you very much for joining us. Very funny answers tonight. Thanks for having some fun with us. Everyone at home as well. David and Ollie, before we sign off for tonight, David and Ollie, anything else that we want to add? Are we spruiking something? There's a whiskey tasting July 31 virtual whiskey show. Are there still things left? Can I still buy one, or is it too late?
It's sold out.
today.
Yep. all gone.
Sold out. You guys missing out. So am I. Well, enjoy yourselves, and thanks until next time. If they let us back, maybe in 12 months, maybe in 2 years, we'll see. But thanks for joining us for another fun episode of Game of Drams. We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Okay, everybody.
guys.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.